the Small World Music Festival 2020 online, part of Global Music Month. I'm Alan Davis, and welcome as we continue this wonderful weekend of music. Next up is Tocani, a multidisciplinary project that explores pre-Hispanic elements and contemporary urban realities in Latin America. One of the band's members, Camilo Giraldo, recently completed Small World's Emergence program, our groundbreaking artist development project. Here, using percussion as the background, Tocani creates an atmosphere where ancestral mysticism and everyday urban life are the main characters on stage. Enjoy Tocani.
Hello, everybody. My name is Jonathan Campbell, and I am part of the Small World Music team. You are witnessing the Small World Music Festival 2020 online version. You have just seen Tocani perform, and I am here to get a little bit more information from them. Okay, so Tocani, can you guys first introduce yourself? Tell us what instrument you play, a little bit about the instrument, very briefly. Just go along the line here.
Sure. My name is Luis Rojas. I'm playing flutes, ocarinas, and teponaztles. A little bit the instrument was an Aztec or Mexica instrument, pre-Hispanic we call it. And the ocarinas are different type from South America, Peru, Ecuador, and maybe part of Colombia as well, some of them. And yeah, those are my instruments.
Great.
Hey, I'm Camilo. I play the teponazli. I also play the marimba, the chonta, which is from the Pacific coast of Colombia and Ecuador. I play the gaita or cuisi flute, which is from Colombia, and I'm playing the quena chincha, which is from the Chincha culture. Long ago gone, and that's actually a replica from an original that was found. And yeah, that's what I'm playing.
My name is Jesus Mora. In this piece, I was playing the maraca, the donkey jaw, a little bit of the marimba and the ocarina, and also did the performance about the skull, the calavera. That's me.
Hello, so I'm Guillermo Lopez. I play drums, which it's called huehuet. It comes from the Aztec culture from Central America, Mexico, and it represents our grandfathers and the heart of our dances and the heart of your bit. So that's pretty much what I do. Drums, that's what I do, and conch today.
Great. So maybe take us through the performance we just saw, which is a pretty intense story that you told through the music and through the dance. You didn't introduce the dancers, and you will in a second. But yeah, tell us that story.
Do you want to do it?
Well, the name is, in Spanish, is Cuando el tecolote danza. English is When the Owls Dance. and is based in a story or legend that used to be when an indigenous person who passed away, it was the owl was the messenger. So for this piece, actually, we mix that legend with the Kogi culture as well from Colombia, that they have that Nahual, it calls the jaguar. So both cultures have that specific and strong character, which is the jaguar, but we try to mix it now, this dialogue between those two characters, and at the end the dead as the main element, let's say, or in the stories depicting that process when that jaguar is in that cyclical way of reincarnation. How do you call reincarnation? Yeah, yeah. So yeah, mainly that's the story based it on. I don't know if anyone would like to add something. Yeah,
That's all right. Okay. And so this that story is rooted in a tradition that comes from which part of the world?
It's based on a Mayan saying that cuando el tecolote danza el indio muere, and also the owl. The jaguar. It's from lots of different cultures have the jaguar as a very important character, and in the Kogi there is a character called Kashindukwa, which is we could say like a healer, and to them a sickness is anything. It's not just a physical sickness. You can be a sickness to the world, and Kashinduka will be watching you to go get you. And he will always reincarnate as a jaguar, like it's like a cycle.
Gotcha. Okay. And so, in the spirit of the rest of the festival, we're seeing groups that are combinations of people from very different places around the world. As you know, Camilo, as the representative of the Emergence program in this group, the Emergence group has come from all kinds of places. You all in this group are from a couple different places. You're from Colombia, Camilo. The rest of the gang is from Mexico, right? I got that right?
Yes.
But talk about maybe the coming together of the different traditions that this project represents, because it's not just Mayan, it's not just Mexican or Colombian, or right? It's many things. Do you want to talk a little bit about how this project brings different threads together?
Yeah. But this project, I was first introduced by Memo. We went to a master class in Montreal with a group from Mexico called Lluvia de Palos, and they came to teach a master class about the Aztec instruments and like the Mexica instruments used in contemporary music. They do contemporary music, and pretty much teaching what's correct to do, what's not, what you shouldn't do. and I was really intrigued to be part of that, bringing my music and the instruments that I play as part of it. So and I already knew Luis and knew Jesus, and they had a lot already ready for it. They had the instruments, they had the drive to do it, and then we got together and we started working on this. Can I say something?
And so the marimba that you're playing is rooted in a very specific part of Colombia, but those drums over there are based on an ancient instrument from a very different part of the world.
That's correct.
Right? And this one here as well, the same part of the world as the drums.
Yep.
Aztec. Thank you. And so can you talk about the process of taking those things and combining them?
Yeah, well, something that I believe is important to mention, that we grow up in certain contexts. In the Mexico City, for example, in my case, Memo and Jesus as well. So you could see Aztec dancers in the center, the Tenochtitlan, which was a while ago, and you could see right in the front of the big church, the cathedral, you see the Aztec dancers there, and you could see that syncretism between the religion and also the Aztec cosmogony, cosmovision. So I would say like it's part of our identity and how you put on a stage something that you actually grew up with that one, right?
It actually sounds like a very Toronto thing.
Absolutely.
The two seemingly different things, or several different things, could come together to one new thing. I wonder if this project could have happened somewhere else. Like, is this a very, like, you met in Toronto, I assume?
Yeah, all of us.
Yeah. Interesting. We didn't before meet the dancers, and I know that it's hard to fit them in the frame, so maybe you could just at least tell the people who they are and a little bit about them too.
Okay, the dancers are Jeanette Franco and Erika. They're two great dancers from Colombia. They do a lot of traditional dance from all over the world. They're both contemporary dancers, very experienced, and I met them here at some festivals. And recently, when we had the opportunity of being at this festival, we always like to bring invited artists as Tocani project, because Tocani is not just a group of music. We're a project. We like to do workshops, teach, collaborate with other artists. It could be visual arts or dance, theater, with anything. So for this piece, we had both of them as dancers. Jeanette is the jaguar, and Erika is the owl.
How can people find you? How can people find more of you? Because this was a 20-minute version, 20-ish minutes version of a potentially bigger thing or a smaller thing. So yeah, what's in the works and where can we see it?
Yeah, we have been building up the website to be as good, but to be honest, all of us are we are part to different projects. We are involved in different projects, and this is actually the way we decide. Like, you know what, we should start working together in something more solid, and yeah, I would say like we need to get better in that way, because it's like just we having putting together in a really professional way, I would say, but I believe that's my thought. I don't know you guys, but we should pour more energy, like to solidify the project, because as I mentioned, all of us, we are part and members to different collectives, groups, and organizations, and I believe this is the project that we actually decided to put together our talent, let's say, and our passions, and yeah. So Tocani is kind of like getting there. No?
Okay. So we're going to look out for a website. We're going to look out for maybe a Facebook page, an Instagram account, these sorts of things.
Yeah, because we are a pretty new project, right? Like 2 years more or less, and we are experimental. So we are experimenting with visual art, with performance, with some music, you know. So we are getting there. We are also trying to put our website. There's already a website that Camilo has been working a lot on it. Thank you.
Great.
So that's so far how they can find us.
I would like to add something important.
Please.
That it's because Tocani is a multidisciplinary project. It's we have different kind of backgrounds, or we work with, like Camilo, for example. He's like really focused on music, and he's such a great musician, but also he's such a great prop master, right? So sometimes when we need to figure it out, this setup and this and that. No, easy, I'm gonna build it right away. Really? And so Jesus has a long journey as a painter. He's a great visual artist. Memo is such a great performer and musician as well. My background is more like theater, for example, and performance, and visual artist as well. But so we try to blend everything in this project, because as I mentioned, we are part of several organizations and projects, and this is like the first time I would say we are working like together in something more like a.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's more. There's a lot more to come. Is really what you're saying.
Of course. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us at the Small World Festival. Thank you, Tocani. Thank you to the guest performers as well, and to all the gang here.